have diabetes or prediabetes and now feel that you have to be on a diet following all sorts of rules in order to manage your blood sugars? That's the topic of today's Diet Free Zone show. Hi, I'm Bonnie Giller, registered dietitian nutritionist, certified diabetes educator, and certified intuitive eating counselor. And today on this episode of the Diet Free Zone show, I want to speak with you if you have prediabetes or diabetes. And if you've been told time and time again that in order to bring those blood sugar levels down and to bring that A1C level down, you need to lose weight. Were you told as you walked out that doctor's office, here's a prescription to manage your diabetes, and on that script it said lose weight? Well, here's a news flash. Weight loss is not a skill or a behavior. It is an outcome of habit and behavior change. So the good news is, yes, you may have diabetes or prediabetes, but you don't need to go on a diet. People with diabetes, it has been found up to 40% actually exhibit disordered eating behaviors. So how can you get out of the diet mindset? How can you honor your body, respect your body, do the best that you can to minimize any complications from diabetes without going on a diet? I've got a couple of suggestions for you. First, instead of classifying foods as good or bad in regards to your blood sugar levels, think of foods as neutral. Eating a certain way does not make you a better or worse person, and there is no reason to feel shame or guilt for eating foods that you enjoy. Second, instead of following rules that tell you what you can or cannot eat, let's learn how your body responds to different foods and understand why you might be better off limiting or avoiding a certain food. So instead of saying to yourself, I can't eat this food, instead start thinking, well, my blood sugar doesn't respond as well to this food or to the amount that I eat of this food. Do you see the difference? It's so much more gentle. All right, third, instead of counting calories, because we don't need to do that, let your hunger and fullness signals guide how much you eat. Eat slowly, savor your food, pause mid-meal to check in with your hunger and fullness level. Are you getting less hungry? Are you moving towards feeling comfortable fullness? Allow that to guide your eating versus counting calories or weighing and measuring your foods. Eat until you're comfortably satisfied versus over full. Next up, instead of measuring your success based on numbers, such as how many pounds did I lose or what is my A1C, let's look for other victories. It's not always about the numbers, and it's certainly not about the pounds lost, because we know that when you go on a diet and restrict your food and lose weight, yes, maybe the A1C will come down. But because we know that 95 to 97% of people who dieted and lost weight through restriction regain that weight, well, dieting really isn't your answer to manage your A1C, because when you regain that weight, that A1C goes right back up. I've seen this numerous times in people who've come to me to learn a different way to help them with the diabetes. So how else can you measure success without focusing on numbers? Well, maybe you're sleeping better, maybe you have increased energy, maybe you have better mobility, right? Look for these positive changes. Look for these, what I call non-scale victories. Next, instead of looking at eating when you have diabetes as a burden, let's work on practicing the mindful eating techniques that you have probably heard about, right? Such as eating slowly, savoring the taste and the texture and the aroma of the foods that you're eating. This is going to allow you to regain the pleasure of your foods and your meals and have full satisfaction in your meals. This is exactly what an intuitive eater does. And yes, you can be an intuitive eater with diabetes. And The next suggestion is, instead of denying your cravings, let's work on understanding your cravings, right? So let's say you have a yen for something and you're like, this craving is hit. Let's check our blood sugars, right? If your blood sugar is low, maybe this is actually a physiological craving. Maybe your body is actually telling you, hey, I need food. And if your blood sugar is not low, if it's normal or if it's high, then perhaps it's an emotional craving that you're having. And learning what your triggers are for your emotional cravings, what are those emotional eating triggers, and then really working to develop strategies to manage them is going to help you embrace your cravings versus deny them. And finally, instead of exercising to burn calories and to lose weight, really let's try to find ways to be active that are genuinely feeling joy. They're joyful to you. They're gentle on your body. Let's celebrate movement. Let's celebrate exercise that your body can, in fact, move in a way that you find enjoyable. Okay, I've given you lots of examples of how you can move out of the diet mindset while learning to eat intuitively and manage your diabetes to decrease complications. I go very in depth into all of these principles in my program, Healthy Living with Diabetes. Your new approach to managing diabetes without dieting. All right, if you want to check that out, I'm going to pop a link into the comments section below. You can go check out that program. You can check out the case studies and testimonials from clients who've been through that program and who have seen dramatic improvement in their blood sugar management and overall diabetes management. And while you're there, if you'd like, grab a copy of my free ebook, 5 Steps to Managing Diabetes Without Dieting, right? 5 keys. There are 5 keys that I take you through in that download to manage diabetes without dieting. All right, if you have any questions, please pop them in below and feel free to like and share this video with anybody who you feel can benefit. That's it for today's episode of the Diet Free Zone Show. I'll see you next time.